Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I had mentioned in the previous live stream that I was going to start treating these calendars as more like monthly roadmaps. And so taking a little more time with them, um, rather than just kind of reading it off a page. um, I still plan to do that in the future. But there was a bit of an anomaly that we had not seen before, I think. With the banners. And I mean, truthfully, Heroes has so many banners that I feel like these are more or less about the banners and not so much the events themselves. Even though it does say event schedule, the summoning events themselves are kind of well, they're OP, and they take up the whole thing. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about this, the banner situation. The banner situation is crazy. For March, for Heroes. The thing I'll note up here real quick is that we do have the free 5-star AHR winner, which would be Attuned Hector. That's dropping here. Okay. So that's free Hector week or whatever it turns out to be, month maybe. I don't know how long they give you to claim it, but it is not permanent. So make sure you at least log in, especially you casuals out there, because I know you are here. Make sure you're logging in to get that free stuff, that good free stuff. So the thing that I wanted to kind of draw attention to was this guy. So the double Hero Rises top 8, that should be the thing that you care about the most. In terms of banners, like straight up. New Heroes Return, also probably pretty high on that list, but sometimes those can be a little more tailored to the individual account rather than just general good stuff that everybody would benefit from grabbing if they're able to. The remix banners, those are dropping soon. Kind of, maybe, sorta, possibly, depending on what the shares are or what your older Legends and Mythics priorities are, right? There's a lot of old spring banners. Again, unless there's a character on there that you're trying to get another copy of, you don't need the skills. I'm going to be honest. Any of those old skills are probably not really useful anymore. So you're probably just pulling for the merge at this point. So that's going to be very speculative, up to the individual account, yada yada. Probably don't have to worry about that. Okay. So far, with what we've talked about, maybe on your radar, probably on your radar, definitely on your radar. Okay. Now that said, right, there's a special heroes happening in April. Okay, that's going to be the kids banner, theoretically, the children's banner. It has been for several years running now. I don't see them changing that, but it might not be. Who knows? They brought back Summer Yukata Festival last year. They might decide to switch up this banner too. I don't know what they would replace it with, even if they did. But more than likely, that is the kids banner. Probably Valentia, if I'm being honest with you. Good shot that is Valentia. I had been placing wagers that Devotion was likely going to be 3 houses, and then Kids was likely going to be Valentia this year. I'm 1 for 2 so far. Time will tell. We also have a double special up here. I would say that would be a priority for most people. Some people, maybe you. But again, you're probably just going for the copy at that point. The skills are probably not all that useful anymore. Just because it's been a minute. Plus, a lot, like, anybody who's going to show up on this was already on the Luminaries banner anyway. So, I mean, given everything else that's on here, this is not a priority for you. Probably, right? Luminaries probably got you covered already. So, in case you're wondering, we haven't talked about the end of the month banner yet. Right? I'm pretty sure there's a new heroes in here somewhere. Yeah, new heroes is up here. That might be on your radar. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. It depends on if the attuned or rearmed hero is good. That's ultimately what it comes down to these days. Anyway, huge priority. Maybe a big priority. Maybe a big priority. Probably not. Probably not. This here is curious. Okay. Now, the calendar did come out when I was doing my Members Monday stream, which, if you are a member, I stream every Monday exclusively for YouTube members over here. And then I do an exclusive Twitch stream on Tuesdays, and then everything else is normal. Anyway, plug aside. This here has different wording. That being Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem Hero summoning events. And I did glimpse this when I was going over the calendar, just very, very briefly, just kind of skimming it during that member stream. And the thing that caught me off guard was not the fact that they listed out every Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem hero. That was not surprising to me. Because that, frankly, could just be like a convention change moving forward, right? Instead of calling it a Legendary Banner event, they can just call it a Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem hero event. And so you'll never know which one it actually is. Even though I think we got off rotation at some point sort of recently because of a double thing that they did. I don't know. People compare it to like year over year, right? So like March is going to be an emblem because last year March was an emblem or something like that. Like people have a tendency to do that. I don't know. Last I knew, it was rotation wise. So we go Legend, Mythic, Emblem, Legend, Mythic, Emblem, Legend, Mythic, Emblem. And I think probably 2 years ago at this point, they let us know that if that were going to change, they would tell us. Which I think maybe they notified us once that we had back-to-back Mythic months. And they were like, hey, it's not going to be a Legendary this month. And then they just never proceeded to tell us when something had changed again. But all that said, it's the events part that kind of caught me off guard here. Right? Because like everything here is describing the event, which is the banner, the summoning banner, right? So events would indicate that it's multiple banners. That's the first thing I thought of. And then if you come up here, it says Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem Hero battles, which that kind of makes sense because every month we do have every Legend, Mythic, Emblem Hero that's on the banner. All of their hero battles comes back. And so if you didn't get it last time or you missed it or whatever, you have a chance to run through it again. If you've already cleared it, you've already cleared it. You don't there's no double rewards or anything, but that makes sense. But events does not make sense to me. Now, if you were to say Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem Heroes summoning event, that would make sense. Because it's multiple Legendary, Mythic, and Emblem Heroes on a single event banner. That makes sense to me, right? And we know they're not like doing some weird naming thing for the Hero Rises, because that's up here, right? Which is mostly just a bunch of like good stuff, right? So I don't know what that's about. So during the stream, I did go back and I double checked. This is the banner, or this is the calendar from November when we had the double Mythic, right? And as you can see, it says Mythic Hero Summoning Event. And then there was also the notice from January, which was the Ira and Athos summoning event. And here, they only listed as a Mythic Hero summoning event. Ira's nowhere even indicated on that. Thanks, by the way. Appreciate that. So, that... I don't know. That's weird. That's very weird. Now, looking over at the hero tracker and stuff, I have no indication as to there being multiple banners. There's no reason why there would be. It's not like they're gonna make a bunch of banners and space out which ones come back on multiple. Kind of like the way they do remix banners, where there's 2, and they divide up the legends and mythics across the 2 banners. We don't necessarily know who's going to be grouped together, and then they fill it out with, like, you know, normal 5 stars or, you know, limited standard 5-star stuff like attuned and rearmed and things like that. I don't think they even have the juice for that, because there's a new Hero's Return right there. So I don't know what this is about. Okay, this is me, the prediction guy, coming to you saying, "Hey, I don't know what this is." But I will tell you that it would indicate to me, unless it's just a word error, you know. And I think probably as time comes out, we'll be able to verify that based on like the Japan calendar or something. Someone will translate it. But that very much indicates to me that it's multiple banners. But this does not. Because there've always been multiples of those. So I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird. But just to put everything into perspective for you, okay? Not only do you have this weird kind of end of month legendary mythic emblem thing looming out at the end, which could be nothing, could be something. You also have the Hero Rises top 8. You also have a new Hero's Return. You also have a double special. You also have a new Heroes summoning event. You also have a remix, and then you also have presumably the kids special heroes banner, which they do mix up a little bit of power initially, but it doesn't tend to last very long. Is the only benefit there. It's usually a rush, and then it's just a very, very quick decline. It's not really a staple in terms of skills that they introduce. Similar to like, I would say very consequential banners would be like the Devotion banner, the Fallen banner, Brave banner, things like that. Those tend to introduce heroes with skills that mean something most of the time. Kids banner, it's usually just like, oh, that's kind of busted, and then they fall off pretty quick. So that maybe doesn't matter so much, but there is a lot to burn your orbs on. Okay, so just be aware of that. It is dangerous out there. Okay, and then at some point we're also looking at Golden Week, which I think is April, if I'm not mistaken, like end of April. But that's obviously multiple weeks away. This is within the next few immediate weeks. I don't know. Very weird. Very odd. I hope it's I hope it's not anything too terrible or predatory or both. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to be concerned with. So be very, very, very cautious. The good news is a lot your big ones here are all going to overlap, right? Except for the remix. But they all overlap. Okay? So if you take anything away from this video 15 minutes in, know that all these really important banners overlap. And so as long as you don't fall prey to FOMO, you should be okay. Just don't immediately summon. Don't feel pressed to immediately summon on any banner. Wait until you have enough overlap to get a really good idea of when everything is going to be, what it all has to offer you. That is the advice I give you. Do not fall prey to the fear of missing out on something that may be a nothing burger. All right. But that's going to do it for this. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Let me know if this is curious to you also, as it was to me. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.